What's up?
Someone's picking up a lawn ornament today.
Hell yes. About a year later.
Craigslist.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Did you just put this on
I
here?
heard you were selling a motor, and
What do you think, boss?
I like it.
You ever had one?
I had one. Yeah. It caught on fire and burned up.
Seriously?
Yeah.
A big red specifically? Or just a three-wheeler?
Three-wheeler. Yeah, it was a Honda. I'm not sure what model, but I was jumping it with jumper cables.
Oh.
And the gas was leaking out of the carburetor, so I hit the solenoid or the starter, and it sparked, and then all it was, woof, burnt my eyebrows off.
All right, what's the first step here, boss?
So we gotta put the riggers out. This is an 85-footer, so this mother can go up. Dude, we can go right up in the basket if you want.
I'll go.
Okay. I gotta get these riggers put out first. How soft that ground?
Find out.
Has a tip.
In the front, you got gravel, but
Don't look pretty, but it makes me money. Kind of like my ex. Let's go up.
go for it. Oh, dude! Oh, dude! He almost hit that!
I didn't see it there.
It ran right after I pulled that tarp up.
Dude, I hit it with this part.
Yeah.
What was the odds?
I know.
I would have killed it.
I don't know if that picked up on camera or not. Well, you guys, we already did the break-in ride, so this thing is running great so far. Just got to do some last-minute tuning. It's not idling very well, and the shifter keeps falling off, so I actually robbed this off Alexis's bike. I hope she doesn't mind, but yeah, it seems to be running good. You know, I've just been out here having a good time, and I'm really ready to race this thing. You know, I've had a few people talking crap, and I just really want to put this thing to the test and see how this build does. I mean, I've been building two-stroke since I was pooping in my pants, so I know what I'm doing. Do you hear that? Who's that?
What the heck?
What's up, man?
What are you
Ready to
doing?
race?
What are you doing?
Dude, I got my CRF150RB out. Dude, just got a fresh tune-up on it. Got some Brembo sticker brakes on here. This thing's ready. I'm calling you out.
Where are you coming from?
I had a job site I was working on. So I had some stuff I had to put up, but that's besides the point. I'm ready to race, man.
Where's the Harley at?
Dude, you know I lost that, man. I got repoed.
Sorry, man.
But they let me keep the hoodie, even though it was financed. Joke's on them. Yeah, I better take a good look at it now. This is the last time I'll be able to see it. It's gonna be behind me the rest of the time.
Oh, come on, man.
Let's do this. Sexual chocolate.
This thing gonna fire up?
Yeah, dude. I got that Nitro Circus piston in here. Thing has so much compression in it, so much raw power. It just takes a lot to start this thing. I probably use maybe a gallon of fuel every 5 minutes.
That's what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna start, man.
Dude,
You need a bump start?
I don't need no bump start.
I got some ether back at the house.
Dude, I got nitrous on this thing, but I don't use it. I got all kinds of mods on this. I got the Huffy 3000. It's a it's like a beefed up shock here on the back. Took it off a 20-inch Huffy, and yeah, dude, you're going down.
Hey, man, do you need me to start that for you? I've been waiting on this day for a long time. All that crap you talked, gonna shut that mouth right up. I had a bad start. So this is the KX100 versus the CRF150RB.
Uh-oh. I think I ran out of fuel. I think I blew my bike up.
I think I blew my bike up.
Well, you guys, that is it. If that answers your question, they're pretty evenly matched, wouldn't you say?
Unfortunately. It's no Honda, but it did keep up.
Yep.
It kept right up.
So a lot of people ask me this all the time, you know, what's the better bike? Do a comparison. And honestly, guys, they both have their pros and cons. As you can see, speed-wise, they're pretty much equal. So that really just depends on what you're looking to get out of a bike, whether you like the 2-stroke or whether you'd have the 4-stroke with the longer maintenance intervals. The thing about these things, they're like dirt cheap to rebuild, and with something like that, it's gonna be more expensive. This is a lot quieter, especially like from a longer distance. Like you're gonna hear this 150R from miles away, where this thing is gonna be quiet. Like if I go deep into that woods, he probably won't even be able to hear me that well. Opposed to that, that's gonna wake up the neighbors. So pros and cons, that's really hard to pick one over the other. It just really comes down to whether you like the 2-stroke, whether you want to mix the gas. Like with that, obviously you're just gonna have to change your oils and then you can run straight gas. So it just depends on what you want. I mean, they're the same size, same wheel size, similar speed, similar weight. Suspension wise, they're pretty evenly matched. So that's a tough one. It's just whether you like Honda, whether you like Kawasaki, and whether you want the 2-stroke. Cool thing is they still make these things. Honda dropped the 2-strokes a long time ago. What do you got to say, man? I know you're salty over here pouting.
I mean, you did use the excuse that you're using a heavier oil, but I mean, I do want to admit I did cheat a little bit. I drained some of the oil out of mine, just give it that weight reduction. It didn't work though. I mean, that was a fair match. Yeah, you're one of Ricky Carmichael's old mechanics. I mean, you're one of the top dogs, and you got that bike tuned up. I got this one tuned up by a guy named Jane out in the woods, but you know, he was also a really good mechanic.
Worked on the sidecars in the Cold War and stuff like that, but I don't know how much power those things made, you know.
Now, honestly, I'm really impressed by the two bikes, and just sitting here looking at them, I mean, they really are almost identical to each other when it comes to the height, the wheel size, everything. And that's nowhere near the KX100 I have, but you know, it is pretty good.
You can't even call yours a 100.
It's true, it's a 109, I think.
That was a 125.
That's right, 125, yeah.
So guys, when I gave him the deal of a lifetime and I hooked him up with that, I don't even know what year it was. What year is it?
98.
The 98 KX100 that Alexis and my mom bought, the best bike I've ever owned. Turns out it has a big bore, and he actually bought all the parts to rebuild for a stock bore. So I don't know what he's gonna do.
I don't know. That stuff's gonna be up for sale. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna buy a new jug for the big bore, or I'm sorry, a new piston and rings for the big bore, or if I'm just gonna buy a new jug for the standard. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go standard.
I vote jug for the standard.
I think so.
Because that jug is a little questionable.
It was very questionable.
The JB Weld and whatever they have on it.
I think it was like some sort of putty they put on there that can be scraped off.
Play-Doh.
Straight from the hills. Maybe that's why he had such a hard time starting it. That Play-Doh was, you know, he was running out of breath.
Too much compression, bud.
But you know what? I'm impressed with the 2-stroke.
Yeah. So yeah, like he was saying, I am still running break-in oil, which is like 32 to 1. Like normally I'll run 40 to 1. And then on top of that, my air filter is clapped out. Like it's still the original one when I bought this. So I bet I could get a little bit more power. And like he said, he's cheating, so. But I guarantee this is a lot faster than Alexis's with the flywheel weight. So that'll be in a future video. Alexis's bike with the flywheel weight compared to MJ's stock.
I don't know. I kind of feel defeated.
Yeah.
I really was expecting to at least get a couple bike lengths ahead of you. Top end, straightaway, I know just because of the way the gearing is. But in the practical situation of everywhere you're going to be riding, because you're not going to be riding both these bikes on straightaways for the next mile or two. So, yeah, very comparable. I mean,
yeah, I would say that definitely has the top speed, but this has a little bit better acceleration.
Yeah.
This will run out of gear really fast, where this thing just keeps tractoring.
But doing the riding that you'll actually be doing with these bikes,
Exactly.
they're going to be right beside each other through the wood. I mean, yeah, no doubt. I'm anxious to see what they would do lugged out on a hill.
I'd want the 4-stroke for the hill climb.
Really?
Oh yeah. Because as soon as you get out of power band, it's going to fall flat on his face. So where that, you can get away with being lazy and kind of lugging it out a little bit.
I have 0 experience with the 2-stroke on a hill, so.
Yeah. Well, if you're a little bit let down, I apologize, but guys, I'm just giving you the facts of the matter. They're pretty evenly matched.